Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom nestled between rolling hills and deep, enchanted forests, there lived a princess named Snow White. She was as beautiful as the first snowflake of winter, with skin as white as snow, lips as red as blood, and hair as black as ebony. But her beauty was not just skin deep, she had a kind heart and a gentle soul that made her beloved by all, except for her stepmother, the queen. The queen was consumed with jealousy. Every day, she would stand before her magical mirror and ask, "Mirror, mirror, on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" And every day, the mirror would respond, "You, my queen, are the fairest of them all." But as Snow White grew older, her beauty blossomed, and one day, when the queen asked her question, the mirror replied, "Snow White is now the fairest of them all." Enraged, the queen decided Snow White must be eliminated. She summoned a huntsman and ordered him to take Snow White into the forest and kill her. However, when the huntsman led Snow White deep into the enchanted forest, he found he could not harm the innocent princess. He let her go, warning her never to return to the palace. Snow White, frightened and alone, wandered deeper into the forest. The trees seemed to whisper secrets, and the animals of the forest gathered around her, guiding her to a small, hidden cottage. Inside, she found 7 tiny beds, 7 small chairs, and a cozy little hearth. Exhausted from her journey, she lay down and fell into a deep sleep. As night fell, the owners of the cottage returned. They were 7 dwarfs who worked in the mines deep within the mountains. When they found Snow White asleep in their home, they were astonished by her beauty and kindness. After hearing her story, they invited her to stay with them, promising to protect her from the queen. Meanwhile, back at the castle, the queen discovered Snow White was still alive when the mirror once again declared her the fairest. Furious, she devised a plan to destroy the princess herself. Using dark magic, she disguised herself as an old peddler woman and set off for the dwarf's cottage. One day, when the dwarfs were away, the queen arrived at the cottage, offering Snow White a beautiful, enchanted apple. Unaware of the danger, Snow White took a bite. The moment the sweet fruit touched her lips, she fell into a deep, cursed sleep, one that could only be broken by true love's kiss. When the dwarfs returned, they found Snow White lying lifeless on the floor. Heartbroken, they placed her in a glass coffin in the forest, where the birds and animals of the forest kept watch over her. Years passed, and one day, a prince from a neighboring kingdom was passing through the enchanted forest. He had heard tales of the beautiful princess who slept within the glass coffin. When he saw her, he was struck by her beauty and the sadness in the air around her. Gently, he bent down and kissed her. At that moment, the curse was broken. Snow White opened her eyes and smiled at the prince. The forest seemed to come alive with joy as the birds sang and the trees swayed in celebration. The prince and Snow White returned to his kingdom, where they were married in a grand celebration. As for the queen, she was never heard from again. And so, Snow White and her prince lived happily ever after, not just in a grand palace but also within the enchanted forest, where magic and kindness ruled. This version of Snow White highlights her connection to the enchanted forest and the protective magic of nature. I hope you enjoyed it.